We finally got the moment we've been waiting for. Bai Lu has spoken. And the name that came up in her words, Shinu. Yes, you heard that right. Bu has finally addressed Shinu directly. And the way she did it has left fans completely divided. Some say it was a graceful move, full of elegance. Others say it was a warning. And a few are even asking, did Bu just reveal something bigger than we realize? But before we break down exactly what she said, let's rewind for a moment. 4 months now, fans of Dylan Wang have been watching closely as his name has been tied again and again to 2 leading ladies. Xinyu, his unforgettable co-star in Meteor Garden, and Bai Lu, his dazzling partner in Only for Love. Both actresses have shared undeniable chemistry with Dylan on screen, and both have huge fan bases that are fiercely loyal. And yet, behind the scenes, whispers began to grow louder. Did Xinyu and Dylan have something more than friendship? Did Bu feel overshadowed by the constant comparisons? Or was there something else, something deeper brewing behind those calm smiles we see in public? This is where Bai Lu's recent words come in, a moment that no one expected. Bai Lu decided to speak up. And here's what she said. Listen carefully. We are all people with our own paths. And sometimes those paths cross in ways that can't be ignored. I respect Shinu, but respect does not mean silence. Respect, but not silence. Fans immediately froze at that last part. What did she mean? Was this Bai Lu drawing a line? Was it a warning? Or was it a subtle way of saying enough is enough? Now, here's where things get even more interesting. Because right after her statement spread, fans began connecting it to a live stream Xinyu did weeks ago. In that stream, Xinyu laughed when a fan asked about Dylan Wang, but she never gave a clear answer. She avoided the question, moving on quickly. Was that moment a trigger? Did Bu feel the need to step in and clear the air? But here's the twist. Some fans believe Bai Lu's words weren't negative at all. They think she was actually showing maturity, choosing not to fight, but still making it clear that her voice matters. Others say this was her indirect way of saying, Shinu, I see you, and I won't stay in the shadows anymore. And then there's Dylan Wang, the man at the center of it all. He has remained completely silent through all of this. No public response, no interviews addressing the speculation. But as Bai Lu's words started trending, Dylan suddenly updated his social media with a simple 3-word post. Time reveals truth. Now the question becomes, was Dylan's message a response to Bu? Was it aimed at Shinu? Or was it his way of calming his global fan base, telling them to stop speculating? The timing is impossible to ignore. Fans across the world, USA, Europe, Asia, Canada, Australia, are debating nonstop. Some say Dylan is protecting Xinyu. Others argue he is defending Bu, and a few believe he is distancing himself from both to avoid a media storm. But here's where the story gets even more explosive. A source close to the production of Only for Love claims that Bu nearly turned down a promotional event earlier this year because of unwanted comparisons. Could this be connected to the statement she just made? Was she already reaching her breaking point back then, and now finally she's decided to speak? If that's true, how long can Xinyu remain silent? Because here's the thing. Every time Bu speaks, Shinu's fans demand an answer. And every time Shinu stays quiet, Dylan's fans only get more divided. At some point, silence might no longer be an option. Let's dive deeper into the context of this story. The relationship between Dylan, Xinyu, and Bai Lu isn't just about romantic rumors. It's a battle between fandoms on social media, where emotions and loyalty are pushed to the extreme. After Meteor Garden, Dylan and Shinyu became the epitome of a perfect on-screen couple in the eyes of the public. Their behind-the-scenes moments, lingering glances, and joint interviews led fans to believe there was something special, something real beyond the screen. But when Only for Love premiered, Bailu brought a fresh dynamic. The chemistry between her and Dylan wasn't just intense, it carried an emotional depth that made audiences feel a sense of maturity in their on-screen connection. This sparked a quiet war between two fandoms. Hashtags like Team Shinyu and Team Bailu began trending, splitting the fan community into opposing camps. Meanwhile, Dylan seemed to deliberately stay on the sidelines of the controversy, but every small action of his, from a vague post to a simple photo, was dissected relentlessly. Another noteworthy detail is the media's response. Entertainment outlets in Asia, particularly in China, have been buzzing with coverage of Bailu's statement, while international articles focus on Dylan's "Time Reveals Truth" post. Some journalists even speculate that Dylan might be preparing for a new project involving both Shinyu and Bailu, escalating the story to new heights. But is this a clever PR strategy or just a coincidence? One thing is certain. All three stars are under immense public pressure, and every move they make could reshape how fans perceive the saga. So, what happens next? Will Shinyu break her silence, responding to Bailu with a statement that grabs the world's attention? Or will Dylan continue to let time do its work, leaving fans in a state of restless anticipation? One thing is undeniable. This story has transcended a typical entertainment rumor. It's become a cultural phenomenon where fans aren't just debating romance but loyalty, respect, and how stars navigate public pressure. Picture this scenario. At a future movie premiere, Dylan, Bailu, and Shinyu all appear on the red carpet together. A sudden question from the press could ignite everything, forcing them to confront the speculation head-on. In that moment, will Dylan stand by? Or will he find a way to keep the peace, protecting both women who've been pivotal in his career? This story is far from over, and with each passing day, it only grows more dramatic. I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think about Bailu's actions? Was it a warning, a gesture of respect, or something deeper? And what did Dylan's cryptic post really mean? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because your opinions are what keep this community alive. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss a single update. Because when one of these three speaks, the world won't stop talking about it. Let's keep watching. Will the truth finally come to light? Or is an even bigger storm waiting for us just around the corner?